Yes. Good. So we will see cursors. So cursors are nothing but select statements. So these cursors represent some memory area, some data which you are going to fetch from database. So that memory area can be named, and that name is nothing but cursor. So we will explore the various types of cursors available, how to declare them, how to use them. Yes. So Oracle creates a memory area known as context area for processing an SQL statement which contains all information that is needed for processing the statement. For example, the number of rows processed. The thing is, whenever you file a statement, an SQL statement, maybe a select statement, maybe a DML statement, so any kind of statement, that statement is executed in a memory area. That memory area is known as context area. So that context area knows how many rows are being affected. Okay.
Yes.
Now that's what. Now how many rows are processed? Now how many rows are affected? Affected by DML statements, maybe update, delete. Yes, a cursor is a pointer to this context area. I told you is a memory area where the SQL statements are executed. Now a cursor will act as a pointer to that context area. So PL/SQL controls the context area through a cursor. So a cursor holds the rows one or more returned by the SQL statement. Maybe a select statement returning 10 or 14 rows in our employee table. Your update statement may be executing and affecting one row. So that's what a cursor holds, either one row or n number of rows written by the SQL statement. So the set of rows the cursor holds is referred to as active set. So you need to remember those terminology: active set, context area, cursor. Okay. You can name a cursor so that it could be referred in your program to fetch and process the rows returned by the SQL statement one at a time. That is, your statement, I mean to say SQL statement, is returning 10 rows, assume. Then your cursor is a pointer to that memory area where 10 rows are located. Now you can name your cursor so that with the help of that cursor name, you can process row by row all those 10 rows. So there are two types of cursors: implicit cursor, explicit cursors. Okay. Implicit cursors. Implicit cursors are automatically created by the Oracle whenever an SQL statement is executed. So whenever an SQL statement is executed, Oracle engine is implicitly creating a cursor for that to execute. That is, it is assigning some memory area to execute.
Like default.
Yes?
Yes. Okay.
All right. Where there is no explicit cursor for the statement. That's what. Oracle will be creating a default cursor, that is implicit cursor. Automatically it is created by the Oracle engine, which would take care of handling that particular SQL statement. Programmers cannot control the implicit cursors and the information in it. That is, whatever the implicit cursors are created by the Oracle engine, we programmers do not have control on it. We can have control on explicit cursors which are created by us. Okay?
Yes, because this is default created.
Yes. So whenever a DML statement, maybe an insert, update, delete is issued, an implicit cursor is associated with this statement. Whenever you are firing the DML statements, insert, update, delete, implicit cursors are associated with that, and implicit cursor is created by the Oracle engine. Just a minute, hold on, let me answer one call. हाँ आता है अंकल, उन्हें मदनपल्ली से बस में आता है मेरे ख्याल से 15-20 आ जाए, मैंने तो तुम्हें जाते ही निकल जाते ही हैं। हाँ उन्हें मेरे ख्याल से उन्हें आ जाता है, वैसे नहीं तो नागेंद्र खाते हो, मैं बात करता हूँ, अब भी बात करा। मैं बोला हाँ मैं बोला बोल दो क्या परवाह। अच्छा किया। नहीं राइट हो अच्छा किया। खुदा मैं पढ़ लेता हूँ अंकुल। नाश्ता होगा। दफा नाश्ता ने पूरी दिया था, खा ले हूँ। 2-2:30 बजे जाकर दफार खा ले, तुम जाकर होटल जा खाना। नहीं यार दफार देता नहीं उसका, होटल जा खा। हाँ रात को ही नहीं देता है। अच्छा किया। हाँ हेलो।
Hello.
Yes. That is implicit cursors are created by the Oracle engine whenever we execute a DML statement. So for insert operations, the cursor holds the data that needs to be inserted. That's what. Suppose you are inserting an employee record in the employee table. Then this implicit cursor will hold the data which you are inserting. For an update delete operation, the cursor will identify the rows that would be affected. So which row would be affected? Maybe employee number 202 is going to be affected. So the cursor knows which row would be affected with your update and delete statements. In PLSQL, you can refer to most of the recent implicit cursors by using SQL cursor. SQL is the keyword, which always has the attributes. So these cursors will have some attributes. The attributes are found, percent is open, percent is not found, and percent row count. So here percent found will talk about that particular cursor is associated with, does it have any rows in it? If yes, then percent found would return true. Okay. Then percent is open. So once the rows are available, then you are going to open the cursor. After opening the cursor only you can process it. For example, there are 10 rows written by an SQL statement. So you have to check whether data is, you are going to check against whether data is associated with that particular cursor by using percent found. Then you are going to open that cursor. Then you are going to fetch row by row and then process. Okay. Then percent not found, it is opposite to this percent found. Okay.
Yes.
Then percent row count will give you how many rows are written by that particular SQL query, or how many rows are affected by that SQL query. So the SQL cursor has additional attributes like bulk percent bulk row count and percent bulk exceptions, so which are designed for the use of for all statement. So with the cursor there is a syntax called for all. Along with this, these two things are used by percent bulk row count and percent bulk exceptions. So here this table is explaining all that a percent found, what it does. It returns a boolean value. Percent not found, this also returns a boolean value. Percent is open. So here you can see percent found returns a true if an insert, update, delete statement affected one or more rows. Or suppose you are going to write a select statement, then select into statement is returning at least one or more rows, otherwise it returns false. Likewise percent not found, which is opposite to the above, so the logically opposite to percent found. So if this returns true if an insert, update, delete statement affected no rows, or if a select statement is written, because the cursors are associated with DML operations as well as select operation. With the select operation generally an explicit cursor is written, whereas with DML operations the implicit cursor, which is controlled by the Oracle engine, is created by Oracle engine itself. Okay. So otherwise it returns the false. Then percent is open. So always it returns false for implicit cursors. Do remember, for implicit cursor percent is open always returns false, because
Yes.
Oracle closes the SQL cursor automatically after executing its associated SQL statement. Suppose you are executing one DML statement, maybe insert statement. So Oracle Engine will automatically close it once the insert statement is executed. So when you try to check that percent is open, it always returns false because Oracle Engine has closed that. Then percent row count will return the number of rows affected by DML as well as select statement. Okay. So any cursor, that is SQL cursor attribute, will be accessed using SQL percent this above attribute names. So this is the syntax how we access SQL percent and attribute name.
All right.
Yes. Here we are making use of the implicit cursor. So an update statement you can see here. Let me execute this with our sample. Yes. Look here. There is a cursor example here with a declare begin end blocks. I have declared a variable total number of rows that are affected, okay, which is of numeric. Then I am going to write an update statement. Update employee table, set salary, salary equals to salary plus 500. It means I am incrementing the employee salary by 500. For how many employees? For all the employees that are present in the employee table, right? Because there is no where condition over there.
Yes.
Right, right. Now I am going to check if SQL person not found, then I am going to display no employees were found, right?
Right.
Look there how I am referring to the implicit cursor SQL percent the attribute. This SQL is for implicit cursor, okay?
Yes.
If you observe, we did not give any name for the cursor here because this example talks about implicit cursor, okay?
Implicit cursor.
Suppose,
Created by what?
yes, suppose my update statement is giving data, else if SQL percent is found, then I am going to obtain the number of rows that are affected by using SQL percent row count, okay? Then I am going to display the number of rows that are affected. Alright?
All right.
Okay, let me execute this. Yes, let me today's date. So let me open Oracle browser. I am logging in. Going wrong, right, I think. Oh. Yes. Actually, I updated the password last time and I forgot and I'm giving the old password. Yes. SQL workshop, SQL scripts. Anti-glare. వాళ్ళేదా ఒళ్ళు బరువు
ఎప్పుడు తీసుకున్నారు తీసుకుంటాను
ఏమో గుర్తులేదు. ఇప్పుడు కళ్ళు మంటేస్తుంటే వాడుతున్నాను.
మనకు కూడా ఇప్పుడు క్లాస్ చెప్పేది లేదు కదా, ఇష్టం మీద ఎక్కువ చేస్తుంటే కళ్ళు ఇలా మంటలాగలేదు. ఆ తేడా ఏమో అనుకున్నాను.
ఇది తీసుకోవాలి.
ఎక్కువసేపు చూస్తుంటే కదా లైటింగ్ ఎఫెక్ట్ సరే లేకపోయినా కూడా స్టెయిన్ అవుతుంది. బాగుంది
బాగుంది.
లగ్నం ఉన్నాయి తీసుకున్నా కానీ మాట్లాడలేదు.
వాడాలా. Mariana, I'm checking for the employee table whether it is existing or I want to create for that. So I am back to that SQL command. I am hearing some disturbances from your end.
Wait. I hear you perfectly. I don't know.
Yes. Yes, there is one employee table. All right. You can see there is one employee table. Column is salary and there are some salaries. Okay.
Okay. All right.
And I am going back to SQL scripts. Create a new script for cursor. Let me copy it again. Fine. Yes, I am executing this. There are 3 rows. Detail, is that okay?
Okay.
And if you observe, the salary also would have incremented by 500. I will show you on command prompt. You can see the salary is incremented also.
Yes.
Right. So let me copy the output. Yes. Explicit cursors. So explicit cursors are programmer defined cursors. So we programmers will be creating cursors for our processing. So for gaining more control over context area, that is the context area where the data, active data is available. So an explicit cursor should be defined in the declaration section of a PLSQL block. So this is where you are going to create the explicit cursor. And it is created on a select statement which returns more than one row. This is the syntax for creating the cursor. Cursor followed by the cursor name is then select statement. Alright. And there are 4 steps that are associated with explicit cursors in processing. Declare the cursor for initializing the memory. Second, open the cursor for allocating the memory. Look there. Declaring the cursor will not hold the memory area.
Okay.
Memory is associated with the cursor when you open the cursor. Only then the memory would be allocated for cursor. Okay.
Okay.
Fetching the cursor for retrieving the data. So there are 10 rows in the cursor. Then you are going to fetch row by row. Then closing the cursor. So why to close? To release the allocated memory, because memory is very expensive. So you have to utilize the memory effectively. So here you are going to release the memory that is associated with the cursor. So declaring the cursor. So here you can see there is an example how to declare a cursor. That is cursor followed by the cursor name is and then select statement. Okay. Then opening the cursor, that is OPE and open keyword followed by the cursor name. Then you are going to fetch the cursor using fetch followed by the cursor name. You are going to fetch the data present in the cursor. So cursor is having 10 rows. So you are going to fetch row by row. Okay.
Okay.
So each row for employee table, that is employee cursor, there will be employee ID, employee name and employee salary assumed. Then you have to fetch a row, entire one employee's information into the local variables. Okay.
Okay.
Then you are going to close using close followed by the cursor name. Okay. So let us write one example. Yes. So we are going to write an explicit cursor here. So declare, begin, end. In this, I am going to hold the employee number, employee name and salary present in the employee table. So I am creating the variables, that is employee number, employee name, salary. Okay, I have declared them in the declaration block. Then cursor followed by the cursor name. So generally the naming convention for cursors is we begin with a C underscore, which says it is a cursor. Okay.
Okay.
So as I am dealing with employee table, I name the cursor as employee, T underscore employee. Okay. Is select employee ID, employee name, salary. So here it is employee number, it is EMPNO. So let me copy this, put in your notepad, then modify accordingly. Yes, it is EMPNO. EMPNO. Then E name, salary from employee table where, so employee, that is where salary is greater than 5,100. So for us the salaries are 2,000, you can see 8,500, 4,000, 2,000. So let me consider 2 rows. I will give salary greater than 1000. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, salary greater than 2000. Sorry, 1000. So we get 2 rows over there, right? With select statement.
Right.
Now I am going to process it. Begin, end. Inside this, so here the cursor operations are. First you need to open the cursor. Which cursor? Which we just created. C underscore employee. Then you need to process it. Look here. My select statement, that is my cursor, has 2 rows in it. So I am going to write a loop here. I am going to navigate across that 2 rows in a loop. Okay.
Okay.
Loop and loop. You can see. Inside that loop, I am going to fetch. So the next cursor operation. So open, fetch. So fetch where from so and so cursor. And where we have to fetch and put into those variables which I just declared in the declaration block. You can see. Okay. Employee number, C underscore employee name, C underscore salary, right?
Yeah, right.
Fine. Then I'm going to display the data here. The 2 rows I'm going to display. Employee number, employee name, employee salary. Okay. Then I'm going to exit when the cursor has no data in it. That's it. Cursor percent not found. Then let me.
All right.
Example 2. Yes. Then let me run this. Run now. View results. You can see 2 rows are being displayed by our explicit cursor.
Yes.
I think there are few more rows. I have to
Four.
check. There may be few more rows in the employee table. Yes. Just a minute. Let me fire again. There are 3 rows displaying here. 101, 100, 102.
But there is showing 2 times same row.
Maybe with a user 2 account on browser, let me fire the same query. So let me copy paste this output. Employee, yes. Let me back to SQL command here. There are 3 rows. Why it is displaying 4 rows? It should not display 4th row. And the output is 4001. Okay. C underscore employee. It has to display only 3 rows. My browser is stuck. My browser is not responding.
You should wait.
Yeah.
One moment. Mama, participar no ce vaza. Vamos.
It's not responding.
Mama está mais baixo. Okay.
Yes. My browser is not responding. Okay. Three rows it is giving. But why it is giving 4 rows here? It should not give 4 rows. Let me re-execute the same. My browser is hanging for some reason.
And teacher, how many lessons do we have left to finish SQL?
We need. Are you available tomorrow, the day next, and the other day also? I mean Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Monday, Tuesday, I am. Wednesday, I will let you know.
Okay. If we go for 2 hours, then we will be finishing by Monday, Tuesday.
Okay, that's fine.
So we have
Today,
topics. Yes, today we have triggers. Next topic. Triggers and types of triggers. Then followed by packages. So then PLSQL collections.
Okay.
So it's taking the first row.
Ako budem spojila ponedjeljak i utorak u 2 časa, još danas, još ponedjeljak i utorak je kraj. Što je super. Mhm.
My browser is not responding fastly. It's taking time. Hopefully by Wednesday we are going to close our sessions.
What did you say?
By Wednesday we are going to close our sessions.
Aha, okay. Okay.
Oh, my browser is not responding.
Hvala ste rad.
No, my browser is not responding properly. I'm closing the browser and I'm going to reopen again. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes?
Okay. Okay, I have closed the browser. Closed the program. Re-logging into Oracle environment again.
India.
Yes, yes, it is India. I have given in uppercase by mistake. Now the last statement, whatever present or the last row present in the table is being repeated. Something is going wrong in the loop execution. But then I will find out, I will trace out why it is going wrong and I will explain to you in the next class.
Okay, alright.
Here the thing is you have to remember the cursor attributes as well as cursor operations. The operations are opening a cursor, then fetch the cursor, then close the cursor. These are the operations.
Alright.
So you
Yes.
can fetch only after opening the cursor. And once you declare the cursor, it doesn't mean that it is associated with some memory. Memory would be assigned to that cursor only when you open the cursor.
Yes.
Same memory is closed after processing by using the operation close. Okay?
Close. Okay.
All right. So now we look into packages. So packages are nothing but the procedures and functions which we have created. We are going to categorize them based upon their functionality and put them in one particular package. So PLSQL packages are schema objects that would group logically related PLSQL types, variables and subprograms. So here the packages, there are two mandatory parts in package. One is package specification, the other one is package body. So package body or package definition we say.
Okay.
There are two parts in the packages. So two mandatory parts. So package specification and package body we say.
Okay.
Package specification. It is an interface to the package. So package specification will act as an interface because the users would be accessing the package specification only. The implementation, the definition of the functions and procedures present in the package would be separately present in the package body. So this package specification will have declaration of the types, variables, types in the sense of the PLSQL collections which we are going to see in our last session, where arrays and index by tables and so on.
Okay.
Variables, constants, exceptions, cursors and subprograms, all declaration goes in package specification.
Okay.
So where these declarations of variables can be referenced from outside the package. So in other words, the package specification contains all the information about the contents of the package. Only contents specification is there, not the implementation part. Implementation part is present in the package body.
Okay.
So all the objects placed in the specification are called as public objects. Okay?
Okay.
And any
Yes.
subprograms not in the package specification but coded in the package body is called as private objects. The thing is, assume there is a package 1 which has function 1, function 2, procedure 1, procedure 2 as declarations in the package specification as well as their implementations in package body. Now, the function 1, function 2, procedure 1, procedure 2 present in the package specification are known as public objects. Okay?
Okay.
Now, in the package body, all the definitions for those function 1, function 2, procedure 1, procedure 1, 2 would be there in the package body.
Okay.
So along with that, suppose if you declare or if you define maybe function 3 definition in package body without declaring it, without specifying it in package specification, then function 3 is known as private object. Okay?
Okay. Yes.
So how we are going to declare the package? So create package followed by the package name as, then what it contains? Procedure name. Look here, the parameters here and semicolon. Then end the package name. Here we are going to specify what my package contains. That's it. And even the procedure also does not have a procedure body over there, begin end. It is just a declaration kind of thing. Okay?
Yes. Right.
So once you compile that and save it in your database, package created, a statement would be given as a feedback by the Oracle engine. Now package body. We have created a package with one procedure here. Okay? Find salary, so and so. Now we are going to declare the package body here. Package body has the code for various methods declared in the package specification. That is for the various functions, procedures, all those things that were declared in the package specification. As well as there may be private declarations also in package body. Okay? Which are hidden from the code outside the package because they are private.
Okay. Yes.
So create package body is the declaration. You can see here package specification. You are not going to write a specification SPECIFICATI1. Instead, create package followed by package name, which means it is a specification. When you go for creating the package body, you will be writing package bodies explicitly. So which is used for creating the package body. And the following code here you can see. We are going to declare a package body here. So let me show you one example. Yes.
Okay.
Packages. Let me copy this. put in your notepad and we will work out. Yes. So create or replace package, that is employee information is the package name. It has a function get employee name, get name, where you are going to pass employee ID. And it is returning employee name, that is varchar2. Okay.
Yes.
Yes, varchar2. And another function it has get age, where you are going to pass employee ID and it is returning number. Okay. So my package specification has two functions.
Yes.
Get name, get age. And
Yes.
here the package specification closes here. Okay. Then package body. So the syntax would be like this. Create or replace package body followed by the package name, is or as, then definitions here. If you have any private types, you are going to write private types, private variables, all those things. Okay. Then if at all any cursors, procedures, functions, everything you are going to write here. That is for cursors and procedure function, full definition you are going to write. Okay. Then if there is any exception block for those, you are going to write the exceptions also. Then end package name. Okay. Now create or replace package body employee information. So get employee name we are going to execute now, that is package body. Look here, get employee name where employee ID you are passing, which is returning varchar2, that is employee name it returns. So I am declaring v underscore name employee name a variable. Then begin end. So you can see here begin, select e name into variable v name from employee 53. Okay. So where employee ID is nothing but the employee ID which you are passing. Fine. It returns employee name. Okay. And then end of that one function, get name. Then we have another function, get age.
Yes.
Get age, you are passing employee ID and returns number. Okay. So I have declared a age variable. Then select age and put into variable age from employee 53 table, where employee ID is so and so employee ID. Okay. Which returns age.
Age.
Yes, that's it. Package. Two function definitions are done, and end package body. That is package name. So let me execute this. So let us check the column names, are they correct or not. Employee 53. Yes, it is employee number, e name, age, salary.
Okay.
It is e name, employee name. So look here, e name, EMPNO. It is not employee ID, it is EMPNO. EMPNO. Likewise, I am changing. EMPNO. All right.
Alright.
Let me copy this. So we need to execute package specification first. So I am copying package specification here. Yes, this one. SQL scripts. Create. specification. Let me recopy again. Yes, done. Yes, I am executing this. Package specification run.
Okay.
Run now. View results. Look there. Package created with error 0.
Yes. Yes.
Now we need to execute package body separately.
Yes.
SQL scripts create it is package example 1 body. So let me copy package body. Yes, copy, paste, recopy, yes, okay, let me execute this. Yes, package body created with 0 errors.
Wait, my screen is frozen. Oh.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, I see.
It means package specification, package body both are created. Now, how to access these package elements? There is a function in it, I want to use that function present in that particular package, right?
Right.
Yes. Using the package. So you are going to use it using package name dot function name.
Okay.
So let me referencing the package, that is, you can see package name dot package element.
Yes.
Yes. I am executing this in the browser. Let me recopy again. Yes. I don't want the set server output. Yes, you can see we are obtaining the age and name from the two functions, right?
Yes.
So v underscore age, v underscore name, two variables declared. Then employee ID you can take from command prompt. So let me take this into command prompt execution. Yes. Look there, let me explain you this. Yes. You can see employee ID, instead of giving a hard-coded value, I am taking it from console, that is from command mode. It is possible by using a bind parameter. This and, that is ampersand, and some variable name is known as bind parameter.
Alright.
And you can see here employee info dot get name, pass that employee ID which is supplied by the user, and it will return the employee name, store it. Employee info get age, it will return the employee ID's age, give there. Okay.
Okay.
Then if employee name is not null and employee age is not null, then I am going to display both age and employee. Okay.
Alright. Okay.
Alright. So here my employee 53 table 100 I can give. Okay. Alright. Look there, it is asking for employee ID. And it's displaying 100. And you can see employee name is Mariana and age is 20.
Yes.
Right?
Okay. Right.
So that is how we use packages.
Yeah, I see.
So we are going to define package specification, then package body, as well as we can mark some components, that is procedures and functions, as public and private, and we can use them using package name dot element name.
Okay.
Yes. Here the thing is, package specification can alone exist without package body. But package body can alone does not exist without a package specification. This is important. They may ask you in interviews. Alright. If you have time, we shall continue.
Oh, yes, I have that.
Good, very good, very good. So that we can finish another topic also. Yes, the next thing is triggers. So triggers are generally some events that are fired and some task gets executed. In database, for example, you are going to insert an employee, new employee is added into your company. Then some task has to be executed. Then that task is written in a trigger. And here the event is inserting an employee record into the database is an event. So here triggers are stored programs which are automatically executed or fired. You are not going to call the triggers explicitly. Like procedures and functions, even packages, we used to call them in begin end blocks. Whereas triggers, we are not going to execute them. Oracle engine will automatically execute them when you fire an event, when you perform some event. Okay. So triggers are in fact written to be executed in response to any of the following events. The events are maybe a DML statement, delete, insert, update, or maybe a DDL statement, maybe a new table is created, create, alter, drop, or a database operation like server error or log on, log off, startup or shutdown. These are the various events. You can write your triggers for these events when are performed by users on your application. Benefits of triggers. So triggers are written for the following purpose. So to generate some derived columns values automatically. Okay. For example, there is an employee organization where employee has a salary. Now employee is recruited into the organization. So when employee's record is being inserted into the table, automatically his commission, so his commission would be 200 and his joining bonus would be some 1000 rupees, assume it is fixed. So you can perform an insert statement where you are going to insert the employee profile, employee ID, employee number, employee age, contact number and so on. Your database would trigger a task of giving a bonus of 1000 rupees and a commission of 200 rupees for that employee who is newly hired into your organization. So you can write a trigger which would put some data into bonus and commission for this employee. Okay, that is what generating some derived column values automatically. Then enforcing some referential integrity, parent-child relationships. So some referential integrity can be enforced by using triggers. Then event logging or storing information on table access. So here whenever event logging, in the sense some user is logging in. So users would be logging in between 9 and 6, assume. Suppose a user is trying to log in around 6:30, where the application is application should not be responding for his login during the time, that is during what is that? Not the office hours or not the business hours. So an employee is logging at 6:30, where the business hours are only from 9 to 6. Then you can write a trigger that you can display a message properly. So you cannot log in this time. The business hours are only from 9 to 6, something like this. Okay.
Yes.
Then auditing. So you can perform an audit in the sense when so and so user has logged in, last login. So you can trace out those details. Generally with the bank accounts, when you are going to log in, it will display the last login details, right? That is nothing but your application is auditing the user's logging information. Then synchronous replication of tables. So here maybe there are replication of tables for application maintenance purposes. There are 2 tables, I mean to say huge tables, where there is a replication of the table in some other server. That is for safety purpose they are maintaining 2 duplicate tables. Okay. So when one table is populated, automatically the other table also gets populated, right?
Right.
Synchronous, that you can perform using triggers. Then imposing some security authorizations can be done with triggers, and preventing invalid transactions. So all these are the benefits of triggers. Okay. Then creating a trigger. How you are going to create a trigger? Yes, look at the syntax. Create or replace trigger followed by trigger name. And here you are going to mention, here you can see when these triggers are to be executed. I told you some event should occur, right? That event is nothing but insert, update or delete. 3 operations, right? Now those operations, I mean your event would be, your trigger would be executed based upon this event, that is DML, insert, update, delete. Okay, that is before insert, after insert, before update, after update, before delete, after delete. When this particular event has to be, when this trigger has to be executed, either before or after. So you are going to mention that before or after. Okay. And here instead of also there is one keyword. You can write triggers on views also. So those are nothing but instead of triggers. Okay, instead of triggers. All right, before or insert of, suppose you are going to update particular column, you are going to mention the column over there, of column. Then on which table you are going to mention the table name, on table name. Okay. Now suppose you are going to what is that? a salary, for the employees, an annual increment is being given, assume. So here,
Okay.
the annual increment, suppose the employee's salary is 10,000, below 10,000. His annual increment would be 500. Suppose the employee salary is less than 20,000. Then his annual increment would be 2,000 rupees.
Okay.
In that case, you need to get the existing value also, right, before giving the increment. That is, assume one employee salary is 18,000. So his increment should be how much? 2,000 rupees, right?
Right.
It means while you perform this task, you need to check the existing value in the employee's salary, right? 18,000. Then after performing an update with the increment 2,000, how much his salary goes? After giving an increment to 18,000, a 2,000 of increment is given. What would be his next salary after increment?
19 and 20.
20, right? So you need to analyze both older value and the after performing an update the newer value, right?
Yes.
That is nothing but
Okay.
old and new. Okay. So 18,000 is the older value, and after performing an update operation, then the newer value of the salary becomes 20,000, sorry, right?
Right.
Okay. Then you are going to perform the task of, that is trigger. Trigger is nothing but a task. Are you going to perform for each row or for the entire table once? You are going to mention over there for each row. Okay.
And that's optional, right?
Yes, that's that's optional. Then when you can mention the condition also. Then declare begin end as usual. Declaration has declaration part, begin and has executional part.
Okay.
Fine. Yes, let me write one sample here. Yes, look here. I am going to write a trigger here. This trigger is known as statement trigger. Why it is known as statement trigger? Because this trigger would be fired for entire table once. Okay. You can see here create or replace trigger followed by the trigger name. As I am here, there are two types of triggers. One is statement trigger, the other one is row level trigger. Statement level trigger and row level trigger. If you are mentioning for each row in your trigger definition, it means it is a row level trigger. If you are ignoring that for each row statement in your trigger definition, it is a statement trigger. Okay.
Okay.
So here you can see statement trigger is the name of my trigger, and I am going to mention after update on employee 53 table. Okay. Then I am going to write a begin end. What I am going to write? I am just going to display some message. An update trigger is fired on table employee 53. Right? Yes. Let me execute this. I am going to create SQL scripts, create PLSQL trigger. Example 1, and this is statement level. And I am pasting here. Let me recopy again. Yes. I am executing this. It just displays a message whenever some event is fired. That is, for that event, so and so trigger is associated on a table, and that will be activated because some so and so event has been fired, and the trigger will display a message in it. Yes, you can see statement level trigger, that is trigger is created successfully. Okay.
Wait. My screen is frozen.
All right.
Okay, now I can see.
Fine. A trigger is created. Now I am going to this. Yes. Select star from employee 53. On this table, so and so trigger is associated, right?
Right.
Now I'm going to perform update employee 53. Set age equals to 21, where employee number equals to 100. I am going to set Mariana's age to 21. Here the thing is, I am just performing an update operation. Now we are going to check whether the trigger is going to execute or not.
Okay.
I am hitting an enter key, and you can see one row is updated, of course. At the same time, it is this, my trigger has been activated because of this update operation. That is, my trigger has been fired because of this update operation. And what the definition goes in my trigger? A message. An update trigger fired on the table.
Oh,
All right?
Right.
Good. Now so I am going to write another trigger, that is row level trigger. Nothing but the same trigger I am going to mention for each row.
Each row, okay.
Yes, I am going back to SQL scripts. Create. Example 2, row level. Yes, let me copy it again. It's not getting copied. Copy. Oh. Yes, row level. So here you can see an update trigger fired for every row in the table. Message accordingly. Run now. View results. So here my row level trigger which I just created is executed successfully. Can you see?
Yes.
Now observe. Now I am going to perform an update operation. Even this row level also is written on update operation. Okay. Yes. I am going to set Mariana's age to 22. Okay. Observe carefully over there. Read the error message, I mean not error messages, trigger messages given by that. An update trigger fired for every row in the table employee 53. Likewise, an update trigger fired on the table employee 53. So we got the second message because there is a statement level trigger on the table.
Yes.
And we got the first message because there is a row level trigger, and with my update operation only one row is affected. Now I am going to perform another update. Observe carefully. Set age equals to 22, where this sets the age of two employees in the same table, right?
Oh, yes.
Observe carefully what is happening. Two rows are affected. It means 2 times the row level trigger has executed.
Yes.
And the statement level trigger is executed only once.
Ah, okay. Yes. All right.
So that's what. If you want to process your trigger for every row that is being executed due to this events, maybe insert, update, delete, then you will be going for row level triggers.
Yes.
Else you can go for statement level triggers.
Right.
So you are not going to explicitly call these triggers. They are automatically fired by Oracle engine when
Okay.
an event occurs on so and so tables. So triggers are always associated with the tables.
All right. Okay.
Fine.
Fine. Fine. Yes.
All right. If anything is important, I'll highlight in that.
Okay.
So that's about the triggers. Shall I continue or close the session?
We should better close the session and continue on Monday, right? Because I'm tired.
All right, no issues. I'm going to mail you this. Okay.
And on Monday, at what time? 7:30?
7:30. 7:30. Right.
All right.
If there is any change, I will inform you in advance.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
All right, then. See you tomorrow.
See you. Bye.
Okay. Bye bye. Have a nice day.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.